What it do, what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Taurus season webinar 2020. Shout out to y'all who have leveled up. As Atreyu said, the diamonds are now silver. Congratulations. We are a month in to this now, so this is awesome. And yeah, what's up, Westy Kid? Naturally. Welcome, one and all, to this Taurus season webinar. What's up, Michelle? Slowly but surely, Insight Coology. Yeah, North Node videos are definitely going to be up probably this year. Probably before the year is over. I'll make sure I get to those. Blue moon it is. All right, so shout out to Jeremy. Let us get this show on the road. So this webinar is an exclusive feature for God Squad and Infinity Club members. And got him. Yeah. I think at present we have about 4 members. We have 4 God Squad members and 5 Infinity Club members. So shout out to y'all. A lot of the core of my content, I did the Mercury transit talk, Venus transit talk, Mars transit talk. I did Mercury, but the rest of the planets, Venus, Jupiter, and this webinar, they're really a seasonal pace of each planet. This webinar is the sun, and then the others will follow format. So shout out to the 4 members of God Squad and the 5 members of Infinity Club. Just to let you guys know what you're missing, but really just to let you guys know. What's up, Bella? What's up, Rebecca? What's up, Ann? Just to let you guys know what this actually is, I'm going to be sponsoring Taurus season for free. So, and I'm glad we can do Taurus season. Definitely wanted to get a webinar vibe with y'all. And this is just going to give you an idea of what goes down in the God Squad tier. Once we have at least 10 people, we'll start doing giveaways during each webinar as well. But other than that, next season for Gemini season, Atreyu, awesome. Next season for Gemini season, then the oh, shout out to Rebecca. Next season for Gemini season, that's when I'll return these webinars back to God Squad. So shout out to the God Squad, shout out to Infinity Club. But once again, this one we're gonna do for free. So this Taurus season is the Quantum Revival. And let me tell you why this is going to be amazing. Divine Moon Mermaid, you should be able to join with it. There should be a join button, but let me give you a link that should also work. So other than that, how y'all doing? Congratulations, we've made it. This webinar is going to be pretty simple. The planet transit talks that I do will follow the same format. This webinar is going to focus on the sun. No problem, Divine Moon. So we're going to interpret the Taurus season transits, and then we're going to go through how it affects each sign and pull a card. And then I'll open up space for Q&A, and we'll get into the live readings. Carolyn, hold in there. People are really trying, everybody, okay? This is still Taurus season. There's a square to Aquarius. So if you're feeling like you're battling alien frequencies that seek to undermine your value because they think they're too cool for you, that's because you are fighting. You are in a war right now, okay? And once we step into Cancer season, that's going to be the climax of this war. Gemini season is going to help you gain experience. You see, in Pokemon, before you fight the gym boss or the gym leader, you got to train your Pokemon. You can't just take the Pokemon that you got and go straight to the gym leader. You probably won't even make it past certain gym trainers. Your ass is going to get washed and you're going to lose money. Okay? So I'm going to use the analogy of Pokemon, actually. If you guys have played that, or if you've seen the show, I think that might actually be a good analogy. So other than that, it is 2020. Okay, so we are currently in the Godfather arc. We are currently in a beta test. Okay. 2020, no problem, my ECs, ISIS mod. 2020, okay. 2021, 2022, and the beginning of 2023 are a bridge. What's up, Ashley Kim? 2023, we are going to see the beginning of the end. Around 2022, 2023, there's going to be a false flag alien attack. You see how they're showing, UFOs now. They're teasing us with footage they've been had. That's Saturn and Aqua. That's Mars and Aqua. That's just the first wave. All right, Saturn has limitations and restrictions. It's in Aquarius of collectives. Our social activity is limited. Censorship is now on social media networks. That's Saturn and Aquarius. Yes, Michelle, we've been predicting, we've been talking about this. If you were to post memes that aren't factual, independent fact checkers will censor your posts now. A lot of people who aren't even astrologers, people who don't even believe in astrology, have predicted this, have spoken about this happening. Yes, it is monitoring more the integrity of knowledge. This is all Saturn Aquarius. Fact checkers are establishing integrity of knowledge to make sure people aren't putting out fake shit, but it's also censoring what people can say. And there's all sorts of things with that as well, okay? hold me to it. 2029, 2023, you are going to see a false flag alien attack. Because, first of all, aliens will never attack. These are advanced extraterrestrial beings and species that already have frequency control over you light years away. The concept of aliens actually attacking and taking us over is like a human taking over an ant farm. It's not going to happen. They could just pour water and like drown the ants. So the whole notion of alien invasions is 100% science fiction and very much so fantastical. Aliens contact us through frequencies. We have satellites up in the sky, and this is perhaps one of the innovative developments that allow them to directly connect with us. But the whole notion of looking up in the sky and seeing aliens come down is purely fictional. You actually got to look down, because these beings are more likely to possess you than actually land on a spaceship, which is all conditioning so that you will not recognize extraterrestrial beings, so that unconsciously you assume they're going to be gray beings or they're going to fly ships. Textbook deception. Right now, Neptune is putting everybody in a daze. Since 2012, shit got so much weirder. That's because Neptune has placed all of humanity and the general solar system in a genjutsu. It's very subtle. It's not like you just woke up deluded. It's very inhibitive. Facets of your character are shedding so that you don't even care looking like you do on social media. You have people who are totally okay with being naked and sharing their naked body to people that they've never met on social media. You have people who are totally okay with saying the stupidest shit, with basically like sharing sensitive information. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to like wear skimpy or not as much clothes. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the lack of privacy, how people are just so much more comfortable sharing private information to people who they don't even know publicly. That's Neptune and Pisces. It's disarming the public. 2025 is going to roll around and it's going to be like a fog has left. It's going to be like humanity has come out of some kind of hangover. Like, holy shit, I was acting like a completely delusional fucktard for the past 10, 15 years. And I'm talking about even the most sane people are going to be feeling that way about themselves too. So keep that in mind. We're getting into the third decan where this inhibition is going to be making people drunk without having to drink any liquor. So before we go into Taurus season, because Taurus season is one of the most controversial seasons of this year, just due to Uranus alone, we have to talk about the last decade. Once again, 2023 is going to come in and we are going to have real celestial contact. We're being prepared for it right now. Pluto in Aquarius is going to log in, and it's the beginning of the end. All the children who are born after the year 2000 will begin the coming of age sequence, and their awakenings are going to shift humanity. We're going to see some of the biggest rebellions. We're going to see civil activism revive and resurrect like never before, and nothing will ever be the same again. Governments all over the world will be overthrown. You are now at the birth pangs. Before we get to the beginning of the end, 2023, Pluto comes into Aquarius. It will retrograde a couple years. And then 2025, Neptune goes into Aries. That's the second pillar of light. And then 2027 Uranus goes into Gemini. Cha-ching, and the new dawn of light begins. Revolution ensues, and the political structures that control us right now will not exist. And the children, the people who are children right now are going to overthrow government. Not us, all the people who are young right now, all these people who you're looking at who are like, oh my gosh, these young kids are going to fuck up everything, like they're wild. And they're going to assume power of you. Yes, they're going to be running shit. And all the Pluto Libras, all the Pluto Scorpios, all the Pluto Sagittarius, you're going to find yourselves inheriting more power than you ever asked for, because you really have no choice. When mass extinction events wipe out a majority of the populace around you, you have no choice but to assume responsibility, because most of the people who are responsible for certain things in the city are dead. And I'm not saying that to fearmonger you. This is a war. You see, I'm not here to purport this bullshit ass spirituality that's trying to feed you on prosperity. Call on this angel to manifest this abundance, manifest this soulmate. I'm here to prepare you to get through this spiritual war. This is a war. We are in war. You're not going to see me preach peace and happiness, because we are in war. Veterans and refugees who are fighting in Vietnam, who are fighting in World War II, they did not have the luxury to be like peace and love, or they would get fucking killed. They had to shoot that gun. They had to do what they had to do. You know your role. The deception is facelifting off of humanity. And like, you either believe what you've been shown or you're falling for the deception. You either believe the path you've been walking on, or you're still allowing yourself to get gaslighted by people who are being used by dark agents to get you not to believe in your gifts. It's 2020, my friends. There is a passive, aggressive, deceptive force to make you believe that you're crazy, to make you believe that you're pseudoscientific, to make you believe that you're stupid for following your intuition. Science discredits spirit. Science discredits astrology. Science and mainstream information suppress wisdom that, if embraced, would have pretty much put a lot of investors hip to the market crash, warned people about a lot of these occurrences. And so we have reached a breakthrough point where this craft has proven itself, this one true science, and not just astrology, you, the revolution of you as an individual who's ready to reclaim sovereignty. So Taurus season, and if you're a sun in Taurus, God bless you. If you're a moon in Taurus, thank you very much. Shout out to the Taurus risings. Okay, Taurus season is the quantum revival. If you research quantum, I know quantum is a buzzword because it sounds extra scientific, but it's a very simple term. Quantum mechanics are the mechanics of phenomena that occurs at the smallest unit of distance, Planck length distance. What's the smallest distance between my two fingers? It's subatomic. When you deal with mechanics at a quantum level, you're dealing with mechanics at subatomic levels that you need microscopes to look in. And there are quantum realms of existence that are outside space and time. And so there's a revival happening physically within you at a quantum level that's going to prepare you for alpha overdrive. Let me tell you why the period in your life you are right now is some of the most revolutionary time periods of your life. First of all these timeline skips that you've had for Uranus and Aries, a lot of you have had like timeline skips where you jump timelines, but they happened faster than your mind can perceive. So you experienced it as a deja vu or synchronicity. This was your spirit creating time anchor points. Now Uranus is in Taurus, and now that we're stepping into the full moon, you've set these grids up to where you at will can travel back to different points in your past. Some of you with Virgo energy can travel back to the past through a south nodal point. You can go 10 years in the past. Some of you can actually literally change your timeline, like choosing a channel that you set your frequency to. This is literally controversial. This bestows new mechanics in the way that you sense your experience that will change forever how you even experience reality and the relationship of celestial beings that you no longer see as what weird forces, but are you actually directly connect with, like a video game. Welcome to the Divine RPG. The only exception are those of you with Sagittarius and Aquarius energy, to which case nothing's going to turn on for you because you've already been seeing this since birth. You've already been knowing this since birth. Everyone's going to catch up to you. Okay, so what superpowers, the fuck? What do you mean? We are on the verge of a collective breakthrough, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, as we speak, the moon is quincunxing Mercury and the sun on Uranus, which is activating our ability to channel higher frequency beings individually and collectively. The moon is going to be full in Scorpio, and it's going to channel from the depth of your physical core to your physical vessel all the strength that you've activated so that you can sense deeper than ever your powers, abilities, and self. This is going to quincunx in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is sight. It's seeing. 8th house, your real life Sagittarius experience. Moon transiting Sagittarius. Your receptivity collectively to experiences and the meaning of experiences is transforming forever your physical ability to process and sense information. You're going to start to see ghosts. You're going to start to see spirits, unless you have Neptune and Sag or Saturn and you've been seeing them. But this is going to make it clearer. It's going to square Neptune and Pisces. Everything past the full moon in Taurus or Scorpio is going to prepare us for the new moon in Gemini. We're going to have the Venus retrograde conjunct North Node. Click, click. You've sparked power in Aries. You've sustained it through your body, and now you turn this bad boy on. Okay, Taurus is the hardware. Taurus is the Nintendo 64. Taurus is the new computer that you unpacked. It's full moon in Scorpio. Look at this rich ass, beautiful new model. And then Gemini season is turning that Sega Genesis on, and the game goes Sega, or in this case, Pokemon, right? When it says this is the name of the game, it shows you the developers, and now you're giddy. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm about to play! Oh! Oh! You don't even know what the hell you're gonna do. You don't even know what the hell the game is. You've never even played the game, but you know you're about to play. It's turning on. It's turning on. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, oh my God, that's exciting, right? That's about to be the next 2 weeks for you because, like, you finally unpacked this and we're about to go on an adventure. You see, Gemini season to Sagittarius season is your experience of the game. The Sagittarius season, we're at the end of this season of the video game. We beat it in Capricorn season. We recollect Aquarius, Pisces, do this shit all over again, and it's alpha overdrive. So this is where we have to put this in context. This video game you're playing is a beta test because next year, Jupiter, if this is Pokemon, you're beta testing Pokemon. Next year, they're going to release a new Pokemon game. And this is going to be where you can now go online, GTA Online, okay? First, you got to beta test and know how to play the game this year. Then next year, you're going to play the game online with everyone else all around the world. Divine RPG online, baby. MMORPG. But we're not there yet. We need a beta test. This is a brand new system. We need to know what this is like. So you're playing this game. And this Taurus season is going to jack you in to the mechanics of this. Gemini season of Sag is the experience of the game. Gemini to Virgo is the first half of the game. Virgo to Sag is where it gets a little bit harder. Okay, so let's go in. 2010, we had Uranus and Aries squaring Pluto and Capricorn, and a bunch of people around the world were like, fuck the government, we're revolting. You motherfuckers ain't about shit. You're lying to us. You're lying to us. You're stealing our money. You're lying to us. You have money you're supposed to spend on roads and delegate. You guys are just fucking holding it in. You're bullshitting us. Fuck you guys. That was basically it. The media was doing their best to suppress majority of the news stories. Most of the news stories you came or heard of were already, you know, heavily propaganda influenced and very, 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 very suppressed. Okay, the Coney incidents happened too. I don't know why I mentioned them, but I mentioned that. But Uranus in Aries was sparking superpowers. Okay, it called forth the Neptunian conjunction with Uranus 89 and developed this by sparking for the first time 2010 the wherewithal to tap in to your higher self. Okay. And so this is what allowed you to actually identify as a being that can transcend itself. And I'm not saying that right, but I want you to really understand that 2010 decade, everything happened so fast. But this is where you expressed a lot of your power unconsciously, especially with Neptune that went into Pisces 2012. Neptune and Uranus, you want to see as the coding. If Saturn is the video, if Saturn is the hardware and Mercury programs, right? Neptune and Uranus are like the coding and the software of this power that allows you to experience this seamlessly and also adds so much more depth and genius to this. In fact, there's understandings in words in our lexicon that have not even yet been created to really explain Uranus and Neptune. That's about to change. Okay, so Uranus has been traveling and transiting through Aries. The North Node has also been transiting through Capricorn and has made its way to Cancer now that Uranus is in Taurus. So let's just say since 2009, 2010, you have been creating with your experience an auric field around you. The amalgamation of your thoughts about yourself and where you've been led, as Aries has ninth house Sagittarius, has created its energy field. And now it's in Taurus and it's physically manifesting through your body. And it's getting ready to connect your hand-eye coordination with your body and your mind as this goes into Gemini. Okay. This is where, moving forward, the synchronicities you've experienced are going to pale in comparison to the full activation of your power now that's ready to integrate your sum total life experience. Okay? Uranus, that was in Aries, is in Taurus. Saturn, that was in Libra, is in Capricorn. And so power that's being completed in Cap is manifesting unconventionally and radically in Taurus. Uranus is the unconventional mechanic of this quantum revival that, due to its relationship with other planet transits serving as a catalyst to trigger it, aka this full moon. We do know Uranus rules sudden changes, unexpected, sudden shifts and transformations to your body are going to begin occurring. Everything up until now has been unconscious and subconscious, welling from within you. As you consciously see evidence of your own intent unconsciously, as you think about something and then you manifest it, moments later, you've been aligning and calibrating with this greater aspect of yourself individually that connects with the collective and has been warring with the collective conscious and unconscious, especially my 12th and 8th housers. You 12th and 8th housers have basically been getting jumped by other people's unconscious selves and have been fighting 1 on 50. And because you got it like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. What's up, Big Empress Energies? Master Taurus in the building. Okay, so Taurus season, all right, is getting you ready for Gemini season, where the game really begins, and the experience of the powers that you have sparked are now ready to activate so you can go out into the real world and develop them, perfect them in Virgo season, and then master and complete them in Sagittarius, which is going to be some of the most amazing, fun period of your life, because this is the beta test. Next year around this time, we're going to be in alpha overdrive. So you have mastered the first set of your superpowers. This time next year, you've beta tested your fire blasting ability and your ability to read minds. So now that you're ready to do alpha overdrive this time next year, you're going to be put in situations where you have to use your mastered ability. You're in a skirmish and you have less than 5 seconds to read someone's mind and hit someone with the fire blast, as opposed to now where you're doing that fire blast for the first time and you're breaking through and reading someone's mind. You're going to, the loss doesn't have to very fast, guys. Faster than you may really be used to. And now this is where in a few short days, because you're dealing with gigabytes, terabytes of information, like millions of terabytes of information, your conscious mind or subconscious mind doesn't allow you to be aware of everything you process, or you'd overload. So you, up until this point, have only been aware of like 10% of your superpowers. And it's like your awareness is this much, but you're doing this much. And so starting today, over the next 3 to 4 days, you're going to notice a hyper acceleration of your abilities. It's going to happen to everyone collectively, with the exception of some of you that it's already started happening to. Usually if you have energy past Scorpio. So keep this in mind, because now your body is going to start to catch up to your spirit's development. Ascension symptoms are going to be some of the most intense, especially if you're Pluto, Libra, Scorpio, and Sag or Capricorn. And this is going to kick off proper the beta test. Okay. So we are on the Rainbow Bridge arc. 2020 is the beta test. 2021 is Alpha Overdrive, Guild Wars, my friends. And 2022 is the final victory before the new dawn, the final battle, okay? 2022, we're going to have Saturn conjunct Venus and Mars conjunct in Aquarius. And the master is going to return 2022 to see what you did with those talents that was given now. You're going to manifest those talents now, okay? So the new dawn of light, the final battle before the new dawn. So 2023 to 2027 are the establishment of the three pillars, and then we step into the new dawn of light 2027. So until now, till 2023, this is you mastering literal superpowers, because you're going to take them into the most epic supernatural war of all time, where you're literally like astral projecting into space. But you have to have people watch over your physical body because it's popping. And trust me, you're not going to see this coming. Nobody saw murder hornets coming. Nobody saw Kobe and Gigi dying. Nobody saw a billion animals dying. This is going to exponentially get more and more intense because the writers of this shit are drunk as hell right now. They're just going off, and they just want to see what they can get away with at this point. Thank you, Aquarius. But really, really, really keep this in mind. Fuck everything you've been taught, because this can seriously detriment you. Saturn square Uranus, okay? There is a deeper intuitive wisdom that is seeking to betray what you've been taught. And your dilemma is, are you going to trust your inner wisdom, or are you going to believe in established knowledge that wasn't even created with you in mind, but was just created to control you in a system? Many of you are terrified because you're realizing that inevitably you're going to have to rebel against the system at some point. And I don't mean be a rebel without a cause and protest. You know exactly what I mean. There are decisions you have to make where it's like your heart wants you to do something that you know you should do versus what you are told to do, which you know in your soul is not authentic to you. Okay? Don't fuck yourself and do what you think is right. Do what you know you need to do. Period. Because those of you who let fear reel you in, this is fixed sign energy. You will be fucked for life. Some of you can make decisions out of fear over the next 6 months. There's eclipse season. Some of you can make decisions out of fear. Some of you can try and make the decision to work that nice paying job versus taking the risk to live your dreams. And you can try and get that nice paying job and fuck yourself because people told you that this is what you're supposed to do. This is the what do you what no one even knows what you're doing. What that's never been done before. Get this job. It's actually something that's stable, right? And how are they going to know about what you do? They've never done it before, but you've done it. You're an expert at it. You're talking to people who aren't even good at doing what you do. Like, could you imagine that? You're letting people, some of you are letting people deter you from a dream that they're not even good at doing. Some of you are like the greatest writers of all time. Like, you can write a hit song right now. And like the people who are telling you not to get into songwriting, they don't even know about songwriting. They have done no research. They don't really even know about it. They have not written a song to save their life. They're ass. They suck. They're not good. But they're telling you not to do songwriting when you could be giving them advice about songwriting. Don't play yourself, yo. Right now, there's a vision that only you see. And you're trying to get other people to see it, but it's not their vision. It's your vision. Spirit did not put this in their hearts. Spirit did not wake them up at 3 a.m. It woke you up. This is a language you understand. And you have no right to be afraid because you're walking with Spirit. You're not walking alone. There are certain things that people will not be able to do because you haven't opened the door for them yet. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're on the verge of breaking through some stuff that's never been done. There's only one you. So, you know what I mean? This is truly revolutionary times. And just be very mindful of people who want to play identity politics and just be superficial and fake and bring reasons to kind of, undermine you and your self-esteem, because you can get killed for that. The outer planets are not playing, okay, at all. And what makes this even more legendary is the retrograde we're getting ready to step into. So this quantum revival moving forward from the full moon is getting ready to transform the inner mechanisms that allow you to sustain God consciousness so that you can not have weird telepathic episodes, but actually have real telepathic conversations and throw away your phone because you won't have to pay for a phone bill anymore, unless you still want a phone. But you now see how technology is becoming obsolete because of human technology. But once again, the hardest thing to really speak on is that this is a development that you can't see coming. It's this change, and this is going to happen overnight. So if you're here right now, you're taking part of it, we're going to do a ritual too to hyper accelerate this. Over the next week, as soon as the moon enters Scorpio, you're going to get transformed. It's going to go into Sagittarius. You're going to ascend. And then you know what's going to happen? It's going to go into Capricorn. It's going to conjunct Pluto. It's going to conjunct Jupiter. It's going to conjunct Saturn. It's going to conjunct Mars. It's going to conjunct Neptune. It's going to conjunct Chiron. It's going to conjunct Uranus. It's going to conjunct the Sun. It's going to conjunct Venus retrograde. Like, we go through the gauntlet again. Every time we go through that gauntlet, you're hyper accelerating your abilities tenfold. So by the time we get to Virgo season, you're moving shit with your mind. You are moving shit with your mind. And it's not like, oh, it's a secret power. Like, you're practicing it with your friend. Okay? Nobody saw Facebook coming, right? Nobody saw smartphones coming. Like, these things just took over and they had Aquarian energy. So we're dealing with a force square that's going to have you deal with mechanisms of your power that are released. And I'm trying to let sure you know, with Neptune and Pisces, sextile Uranus and Taurus, you're literally going to go from I'm having a nice day to holy shit, I can see ghosts. It's not going to be gradual. It's not going to be like, okay, I don't believe in ghosts. Okay, I'm open about believing in ghosts. Okay, I'm going to read about ghosts. Okay, I'm going to meditate. And through meditation, this is going to open my channels. And then after 2 weeks of opening my channels, I can start to channel them. Okay, now I can start to see them. It took me a while to get here. No, bitch. No, motherfucker. You're going to go from ghosts aren't real. Oh my fucking God, is that a ghost? Holy shit! Holy shit! Okay, and it's going to fucking freak a lot of people out. This can induce a lot of suicides. A lot of people are going to check into mental hospitals because they're going to think they're crazy. And no, the veil's just thinning and you're psychic. But you've been conditioned to believe it's bullshit. And so now you think you're crazy. So you know, like, this shit's just going to be like a lever switched. All right. And for some of you, this doesn't apply because you're already there. So if you're already there, it's just going to be like someone kicked on more of the dosage. Like, it's just going to be stronger. Okay. Bruce Almighty. Indeed. Some of you are going to become Bruce Almighty. So this is where we really got to put in context. This is the beta test. You're going to be experiencing new power. You're going to be recruiting. All right. This is the recruitment with Venus in retrograde. Right now, you are around soulmates that you're meant to meet. You're making Facebook posts. You're talking to people who know people that by August you would have met through associations or them hitting you up. You're in the event space right now. And you're going to, there are people who you're friends with now that you're not going to be friends with in August. There are people who you're not friends with now who you're going to be friends with in August. All right. There are people who you're acquaintances now that you're about to be besties with. It's all coming into fruition. Okay. And so 2010, the 2010 decade was Professor Oak going on an adventure. to catalog Pokemon. And then Uranus and Taurus came long before Ash even knew he was going to go on a Pokemon adventure. Okay. Uranus and Taurus came through, and Professor Oak manifested his legacy, the Pokédex. Professor Oak created and manifested a library of each and every single Pokemon that you can go out on an adventure in and locate and identify what that Pokemon is. Professor Oak is the OG. Okay. But Professor Oak is just a professor. Professor Oak needs a trainer to go out there and to use his Pokédex so that this trainer can fill in and log that. That adventure is Gemini to Sagittarius. Right. So, for those of you who are familiar with the game of Pokemon, you have to, first of all, set up your character. You have a name. You got to say your name. In later installments, there's genders. You get to choose if you're a boy or a girl. And you start the game off with dialogue. You get to meet who the central characters are initially. That was Aries season of this year. Okay. Then after that, you try and go into the grass, and then someone's like, "Are you silly? You need to have a Pokemon. It's dangerous." Blah 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 blah. And you go to Professor Oak, or whatever professor in the game you play, and you pick your Pokemon. Obviously, in the show, Ash was fated to be with Pikachu, North Node, Gemini, in the decan of Uranus, lightning type. Oh, y'all about to get a Pikachu. Y'all about to get a Pikachu. And if you know the show, Ash thought he was going to get a Charmander, a Bulbasaur, or a Squirtle. He thought he was going to get the original three. He didn't get any of them. He was out of luck. He ended up getting a Pikachu. That's going to be some of you. Some of you thought, I was supposed to get this job. I was supposed to graduate from school. I was supposed to be in this relationship. What happened? And you about to get something you never expected. It's about to be your A1. Okay. But Taurus season is where majority of the collective chooses what they got. Are you choosing Charmander? Are you choosing Bulbasaur? What is your Pokemon? What's your first Pokemon and its lineup? And Gemini season is when you go out into the wild and you start battling trainers and Pokemon for experience. Okay. Along the way, you realize that you need to collect badges. Mewtwo, I gotta go hard off rip. What's up, Father Monster? I see you. So keep that in mind. You don't just, in order to get all 8 badges, you need to beat gym leaders. Well, if you go fight that gym leader that has multiple Pokemon with one Pokemon, you're probably not gonna win. So you gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Or you gotta recruit Pokemon to your guild. That's Gemini season. That's the retrograde. That's the North Node. You're going to be starting the recruitment process to get ready for Alpha Overdrive. I want you on my team. I like that. You should come on my team. Oh, we already got a smart ass. We already got like the charmer, but we do need a money person. So come through, come in the team, and you're gonna be recruiting or getting recruited. See, let's twist this. Some of you are Pokemon. Some of you are Pokemon in the wild, talented. You're about to get caught by a company that's gonna polish you up and Use your talents. That's the plot twist right there. Okay? So you're going to have your first boss battle, Cancer season. Okay? Cancer season, the sun's going to oppose Jupiter and Pluto and Saturn retrograde, and you're going to have that first boss battle. And it's going to go in. If we're going to use a role-playing game that's not Pokemon, like Final Fantasy or any video game, you know, in any video game, you got to fight the boss. Well, that first boss battle of the beta test, that's Cancer season. And before that, you got to go through the levels. Before you fight the boss, you got to go through the levels. You got to dodge the enemies. You got to go through the levels. If it's Final Fantasy, you got to have random battles and gain experience points, mutable sign experience, Gemini season, baby. Before the Cancer season showdown, you got to gain experience, Gemini season. And it's going to adjust your perception and master your level initially. This is before we get to Virgo season, and you got a couple more badges under your belt. And you've perfected your technique. By the time you're Virgo season, your Pokemon that you just got, they're level 56 now. You one-shotting people. Some of your Pokemon have evolved now, right? So before you go on this adventure and have this boss battle, right now you're taking stock. You are on the verge of manifesting your power. If we use an analogy that's not Pokemon, before you go on the adventure to gain experience, before you fight that boss and you go through the levels, you need to get the weapon. You need to manifest the power that you're going to use to go on this adventure. And that's Taurus season. That's Aries and Taurus season. So it took me 52 minutes, but we can actually get into this Taurus season. Because once again, Taurus season is the establishment of supernatural mechanics in your day-to-day reality to get you through the Virgo season, where this will now be norm and a part of your practical routine. Everything from till then is developing superpowers for the first time ever collectively. Everything up until now, anyone with superpowers was a celestial representative to be a pillar to guide humanity. But now we're all collectively like awakening this with people who are already awakened. Like there's some people in the live chat right now who have fully awakened superpowers. They just don't want to get, tested by random officials, so they keep it to themselves. So keep that in mind. This is going to start coming out because the children who are born after 2000s are going to normalize this to where it's going to be a part of our society. So we are literally in the most pivotal time around. But other than that, this is the mechanic that will change from because up until now, in a lot of you, your intuition was more etheric. It was more mental. It was more something that you think about. Now it's getting physical. Actually, I take that back. Some of you earth signs, it's been physical for years. Like it's hard to say this because I'm saying this like it's the first time. And for almost every single one of you watching, this is not your first rodeo. Every single one of you watching this has done a superpower. Each and every single one of you watching this has had a precognitive dream. You've had a deja vu. You've had an intuition. You've had a manifestation. It's not like you're breaking through this. So I apologize because I think I might be patronizing by acting like you're new to this. Many of you are nearly more advanced than me when it comes to this. I'm serving a role of messenger just to facilitate this, but all the intuitive development that has got you to this point is completing. All the Saturn transit since 91 from Aquarius is coming back to complete. And this is where things get so goddamn fun. Because the latent energy you've been feeling, you're going to be able to harness. And coming into the full moon, my friends, in Scorpio, you're going to strike oil. You're going to complete this full moon, and you're going to connect with that part of your soul through which you can harness your chi and now begin to manipulate and harness your life force and materialize it like a tool. But for some of you, you're not beginning to do that. You've been doing that, and you're going to take it to the next level. Okay. So why is this the first time for so many people? Pluto, my friends. Pluto since 1776 has significantly intensified and awakened the capacity to harness life force energy and also supernatural ability. Supernatural ability in this sense, harnessing collective energy individually. So some of the most supernatural people are Scorpio moon conjunct Pluto and Scorpio. They have some of the most serious juice. Alternatively, Saturn cap conjunct moon, and moon in Neptune conjunct Pisces moon, or Neptune and Pisces. But it's not limited to just that. There's so many different combinations. But yeah, the first facet of the supernatural breakthrough is evoking skepticism, because Saturn breaking into Aquarius is going to establish the initial norm of what was seen as true before it gets smashed in the asshole. And new experience makes this thinking obsolete. This is going to change from being unsure to like, oh, this shit is actually real. And once again, a lot of you have had that breakthrough. So Taurus season brings in Saturn and Aquarius. It brings in the retrograde motion of Pluto and Venus. It brings in the transit of Mercury through Aries and Taurus into Gemini. And it brings Mars through Aquarius. This is the quantum revival where you download cosmic knowledge collectively, that's Aquarius, and you unpack this wisdom out your body that comes from your soul, and moving forward from Gemini, you express it. You begin to define that, okay? And this is where things get really fun, because the first part of Taurus season was to prepare you for this wild ass ride that's literally going to kick off now. Okay. The new moon in Taurus activated this seed and gave you this new hardware. The moon in Virgo trined and extended this to now create automated income and sustain the strength that is developing. And the full moon is going to activate, or it's going to complete this transformation sequence. And it's going to take this awakening from within and now push it through your body. You're going to hear a lot more sensitive. You're going to smell stronger. You're going to see stronger. Your sense of touch is going to be more psychometrical. You're going to be receiving more intuitively. You're going to be a lot more sensitive and irritable. And you're also going to activate more superpower, because that's another thing that's misleading. You're not really activating a superpower. You're activating superpowers, okay? You're enhancing your cognitive function, your senses, and most importantly, your ability to harness your soul. And this is why now, and now let's go into why, for a lot of this, it's just going to hit people out of nowhere. You have been conditioned from birth not to acknowledge spirit and not to acknowledge soul. You have been conditioned from birth to believe that we exist in a material construct. that nothing else is real outside of that. And that's a lie. That is a stupid lie. And so the sun conjuncted Uranus and Taurus, and this activated an awakening mechanism to allow you to perceive psychic phenomena and magical ability through your five senses. And that's equivalent to not noticing it, to just, suddenly noticing it, a ghost. And the catalyst for that is Saturn square in Aquarius, which is getting ready to build new neural pathways for your body to integrate these manifested awakening abilities. That's awakening due to the sponsorship of Jupiter hyper accelerating the awakening process on Pluto. This shit is fascinating, by the way. Everything I'm breaking down, because it's literally happening right now. Shout out to Divine Soul TV. My channeling is becoming a very normal thing for me now. I'm actually being taught through channeling now. I swear there's a professor teaching me from the spirit realm. There is. You nailed it. There is. Because after this, the next chapter after this is 2023. Saturn and Pisces is now building the gateway to the spiritual realm. There are other realms of existence that constitute from this base dimension, higher dimensional awareness, and other energetic beings. Well, Saturn and Pisces going into Aries is going to allow us to travel to these realms. It's going to allow us to physically interact with other beings in other realms and to see the process. But before we do that, we need to build the neural pathways and knowledge of this in Aquarius. Okay. And it's really just building superpowers, and it's bringing yourself to your max level. So congratulations, because this Taurus season is not only one for the books, but like I have said, its purpose is geared towards putting you in a position to fully own up to the skills and the abilities you know you have. Let's speak on this practically without even bringing up superpowers. Compared to, we don't even have to take this abstract. Compared to 10 years ago, the skills that you started 10 years ago, you're so much better at doing now. And you have a lot more proficiency and mastery over those skills to where you can take them to the next level. But guess what, my friends? It's superpowers. So the last half of Taurus season is legendary. And this is why. We're going to have the full moon. The full moon is going to activate the transformation sequence. Then we're going to have the 8th house conjunction, the 8th house transit from the moon, 8th house to the Taurus sun. And this is going to transform how you see magic physically. And then the moon's going to go on Capricorn, and it's going to ascend 9th house, your physical function, based off of your transformed perception, so that your body language can assume this greater power, that the moon will go over Pluto and Jupiter again and evolve. Then it's going to go over Saturn and Mars, and it's going to align physically what you've learned with your mind, so that there is the neuro-linguistic hand-eye body-mind coordination. And then it's going to go into Pisces and complete this as the sun goes into Gemini, and we have the balsamic phase, and we now step into a new magical experience of supernatural epic proportions, to where telepathy opens up like never before. You're directly communicating like with guides like never before. You're conjuring elements and you're manifesting supernaturally, which isn't new because you've been doing this. But the purpose of this is control. They say control is an illusion, but I can control the volume of this right now. So it is real in some capacity. And Oh shit. I would say what's very important is the systems with which you're going to unveil, which allow you to maneuver your own unique process. In other words, the most important thing about this quantum revival is dealing with the dark force manipulation. Control is an art that can't stop you at this point. And so all they can do is get at your self-esteem, because Taurus is value. So if dark forces can make you feel not valuable, you're not going to express your power. If they can make you feel lame, you're not going to feel confident. If you're not confident, you don't have the strength to command these forces as you should. So don't let yourself get played by people who refuse to see your worth. You don't have anything to prove to anyone, because everything that you're manifested, you've worked for. So like it's a whole different ball game now. It's not about arguing with people about who's right or wrong. It's about what you're doing with what you've manifested. And most importantly, having the most unconventional, radical sense of value ever. Not in one where you're trying to prove to people and trying to impress people, but one where you're not fazed by such a Saturn square. When you're not even fazed when people don't recognize your value, because you just know they don't know. You just know they're ignorant. They just don't know. That's not my problem. They need to do their research. That simple. And this is going to build such unshakable confidence in that song period that's going to help you moving forward. Okay? If they don't pay your bills, don't listen to them. Don't LSU them. No. Yes, thank you. And you know, if someone doesn't pay your bills, but they are at least in your life and they're your friend and they're giving you constructive criticism, that's one thing. But if they're giving you unsolicited advice because they're intimidated at your potential and they don't like you, then let them know that you're a brujo or a bruja, and talking to you a certain way can fuck them up. That's Uranian. They're gonna say that's crazy, but you're putting them on game. They don't even know. They don't even know. This is going to be so amazing. The first half of Taurus season is activating your superpowers. Your superpowers fully activated Aries season. Okay, how do I make sense of this? You turned on the phone Aries season. So this is all about actually setting the programs on your phone before you actually start using the apps next season. So the power is activated, but this is you actually manifesting the power. The second half of Taurus season, post full moon, is now manifesting this activation and like doing stuff with it to prepare you to go out on your adventure, leading into Sagittarius season. Gemini season is low key the road to Sag season, and preparing for 2021. So then this is why this is important. Many of you are ending relationships with old contracts, and you're getting ready to enter very fulfilling soulmate relationships with romantic lovers, with friends, and with people who align heavy with your purpose. Last time this happened, the South Node was here. And so you were aligning with people who would inevitably take you away from your purpose. Like they like not really take you away. You met some people who are part of your purpose that you're going to move forward with, but you are also dealing with people who distracted you. That like the 2012, 2013 was awakening gifts and being with people who clashed with those gifts so that you can learn discernment. Now the North Node is connecting you with people who directly align with your gifts, people who you're like a match made with, because you're building the guild. Okay. So maybe you generate energy real fast, but you're not able to sustain it. And then you meet someone who doesn't really generate energy as fast, but they can take that energy you generate and sustain it for you. And then both of you meet someone who can take that sustained energy and flare it. And you have what they lack and vice versa. It's going to happen very fast, and it's going to happen so epically. And you're literally about to walk through this portal very shortly. So The best part about this quantum revival, first of all, that filler arc was crazy dumb. And the next part about this, Mimi Yamaguchi, check out my WCO or hit up my reading on my website. I could totally help you with that. But once again, the values that you're going to really establish moving forward, more important than manifesting any superpowers, if you don't manifest one superpower, the one thing you want to leave moving out of Taurus season is the determination to know your value and worth, so that when everybody deters you from doing it, you're still going to do it. That's the point of Taurus season. There's a vision that you need to see through. It's squaring Aquarius. That's doubters and naysayers. And when there's that critical point where little to no one really sees your vision but you, are you going to keep doing it? If you keep doing it, you learn the Taurus season lesson, period. If you keep building that arc, when people are saying you're crazy, you're not going to get washed away by the flood. It's as simple as that. So make sure you stay true to what's coming online for you, because the major theme of Taurus season is not only the trine of Cap, but the sextile to Pisces. This is the first stage of dreams being made real as a seed before it harvests. And other than that, let's break down per sign what to expect. Once again, this is a freebie, but moving forward, each of these webinars are going to be exclusive for God Squad. I just didn't want to do this with little to no one there. So I just want to let you guys know, like, this is totally worth it. Do you guys, how did you guys enjoy this webinar? Was it informative? Was it helpful? Okay, I'm not able to screen share. I'd want to include PowerPoints, but definitely, I really do hope this is at least, speaking to you. And if you want to do more of these moving forward, just make sure you sign up to God Squad. Okay, you'll get this, and then also basically this, but with Mercury, with Venus, with Mars. And I'm gonna do those live, and they'll be exclusive lives. Okay, so there's 12 different arcs each season. All right. Aries, during this beta test, you're getting ready to infiltrate new collectives and really shape the way you connect with friends in your life, to take more central of a leadership position. So Taurus season is getting ready to really diversify your bonds and innovate your method of production once and for all, which will do a lot to really just radically increase your money-making capacity. So we do have the card of Aries, the Emperor. This is you stepping up to your power Taurus season and also claiming authority. And the Knight of Cups is maintaining rigidity, but also allowing your heart to express itself. Some of you may find more creative ways of really maintaining said authority. Let's welcome Divine Tribal Soul to God Squad. Welcome. And the romance card we have for Aries this Taurus season is engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, and make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Taurus, this innovation is harnessing your spirit as an actual literal pillar. And this is going to enable you quite strongly to innovate everything you touch. I strongly recommend, if you are Taurus, rising, sun, moon, you ask an Aries what they went through. You're going to go through something different because Aries had to go through the Pluto square. However, you want to ask Aries what it was like for them, because you're getting ready to really take off this torch of innovation, and to also step into physical shifts and supernatural manifestation and facilitate it for others. Things you touch are going to have the super Midas effect. And we also have the Emperor for you. But unlike the Page of Cups, the reason why you got the Emperor is because Saturn is in your 10th house. But we also have the Mercury and Aquarius card. So you disciplining your life is going to have you catch W's. You're going to sail towards a positive future. You're going to be clearing your mind towards of earlier stress as you stabilize more of your authority. Okay. I think we just got the Taurus card. Is that Pimp Daddy? So, Taurus, we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world and also let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Let's welcome Nola Bell Necessary to the $1 Billion Vibe Tribe. Welcome, my friend. Okay. Gemini, this Taurus season is going to transcend you, and it's going to release you of your mortal bindings before you get ready to ascend back as the angelic being that you are. So this is preparing you for a new cycle of enlightenment as you once and for all end certain unconscious habits forever. We also do, two cards wanted to come out, the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups and Nine of Pentacles. And we also have the Four of Swords. So this is really just talking about emotional mastery, maturity, and rest. I feel like the King of Cups could be a Scorpio or someone compassionate or deep that you'll be dealing with. But with the Nine of Cups, it's really also you stepping into more financial mastery too. But I feel like this will be a character that's attracted to you. Let's welcome Tiffany P to the $1 Billion Vibe Tribe. So we have retreat. It's time for you to disconnect from the world, and also codependency, Gemini, addictions are affecting your romantic life. So that's that 12th house aspect that you're finally, clearing for good before Gemini season. This is going to be the illest Gemini season ever. Cancer. Are you ready, Cancer? Are you ready? Money. You and Leo, actually. Money. Listen to Cardi B, money. This is more so manifesting a collective of wealthy individuals. Where's your wealthy network at? Because it's all going to pay you back. Not because you're doing MLM or get rich quick pyramid schemes to try and finesse their money, but because just by knowing these people and them just bringing their value and worth, just by being in that influence, it adds so much to your life. Okay. Keep that very much so in mind. Colby, Geminis are twin flames. We don't believe in twin flames like the rest of y'all be believing in twin flames. But yeah, Cancer, because this is occurring with Jupiter and Neptune getting ready to retrograde in your 7th, this is going to reveal deception in relationships with others that you can confront as this comes into fruition. So we have you, the Queen of Cups, and we also have the Hermit. So this is you mastering your psychic ability, and this is you stepping into deeper mastery and also becoming an expert. This is actually very beautiful because the Hermit card isn't just you being a hermit as much as it is really mastering yourself. And the Queen of Cups really becoming you just becoming so much more psychic and being compassionate. It's an affinity too, which is amazing. Money Good by Meg Thee Stallion. So we also have Free Yourself. It is time to take back control of your life and let your friends help you. Literally just spoke about 11th house and friends. Ask for and accept support from others. Word. Leo. So Leo, money, especially. Leo, Taurus season is establishing the official career direction for you before it is officially set in place next year. So you're beta testing it this year. And all the Capricorn energy that set up your 6th house is getting ready to manifest in your 10th. So this is also going to set you up for windfalls of income leading into Virgo season. We also do have the Queen of Swords and the Two of Cups. So this is you developing a relationship with a counterpart, someone who is the intellectual match to your passion. All right. We also have deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. And let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Virgo, this 9th house transit for you is going to bring out to the light relevant facts that will guide your values moving forward. Because everything that ascends into reality is what you're going to use as a foundation leading into Gemini season to make the decisions you will make concerning your career. And outside of that, because Neptune is still opposite your sun, this is synthesizing the divine partnerships you're sponsoring for others by allowing you greater ability to connect intuitively to people. Whereas Neptune has really just been there holding space, but moving forward, you can now physically, tangibly manipulate Neptune's influence with other people and almost use other people as magic battery cells. We have the 8 of Wands in the world. And so Taurus season is going to hyper accelerate success for you. You're very quickly going to come into freedom, especially if you're traveling. But this is talking about love happening very quickly for you. Events are going to happen super quick coming post full moon. And the World card is you, once again, manifesting a lot of success for yourself. Let's welcome Nick T to the $1 Billion Vibe Tribe. Welcome, brother. Virgo, we also have Free Yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And also new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. You know what is hilarious? Before we get into Libra, I have a word for you. Especially if your moon sign is like of a high degree, means your receptivity is top notch. So if this is on point for you, comment an exclamation mark. Some of you got people looking at you hating, like they were big mad at you because they can't put their finger on you. They're so insecure. They make themselves feel that you're intimidated of them, but they're actually intimidated of you because you unapologetically express yourself in ways that they were taught were weird, in ways that they were taught aren't cool. And so these people have like a deep obsession for you, but the reason why they don't like you is because they don't want to admit that you challenge them to stop being fake as fuck. And like, you may not even connect with these people directly, which is important, but you still feel, maybe you don't even know these people, but you're feeling that energy. If you're feeling like you're being watched, if you're just feeling like there's this not evil eye, but if you're just feeling like there's this negative vibration, It's not just one person. People are obsessed with you. Okay, this is for all the signs. These people are obsessed with you. The reason why I'm saying this is because Saturn is squaring Uranus. So unconventional value is clashing with judgment here in Saturn, extraordinary judgment. And just by being yourself, you're intimidating the shit out of people. You say things that people are afraid to say. You believe things that people are afraid to believe in. You visibly trigger others to where they feel uncomfortable around you because they're fake as hell and you're real. Like that's why they won't. They in their head, in their dumb heads, they probably don't even realize. And yeah, I'm gonna be disrespectful. In their dumb heads, they probably don't even realize that they're fake, and that's why they're intimidated. But they're going to project their insecurity on you. So I have to say that because with Neptune and Pisces, that's going to be squaring Gemini, you're going to be more hip of these unconscious dynamics. And you're going to be in a position to confront these people. And they're going to get so embarrassed because when it comes down to it, nothing real can be threatened. So these people are trying to do a bunch of fake shit to you and it's not working because you're not fake. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Just by staying true, just by keeping it real, you're going to expose these hilarious dynamics. So Libra, Taurus season is going to transform your entire reality because the mechanism of how you deal with people is going to incorporate enhanced psychic ability. And so your ability to read body language is unparalleled now. You can read a person's whole mind with what their body says. And you could already do that before. But now it's automatic. Now you're not like double checking. Now you just know. And we also do have the Hermit. You have manifested specialized skills similar to Cancer that make you an expert in your field. And people can go to other people, but they won't get it quite like you. And we also have the Two of Pentacles. You're using this expertise to grind and hustle and use Taurus season to play with your income because the 8th house is also self-employment because the 2nd house is your resources and the 8th house is other people's resources. It's the house of trust because you need other people to trust you with their Taurus resources. Bam, bitch. Oh, and we also got forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Libra, some of you have fucked up people in your life. Some of you have to forgive some fucked up people. And when I say fucked up, they are fucked up. And they have done some fucked up things to you. And you need to forgive them because they're fucked up. They really did not mean any harm. These are just fucked up people. Okay. And as soon as you release that, this forgiveness will heal the dynamic between you guys. But if some of you feel angry, if some of you feel if some of you feel serious resentment, you have every right to feel that resentment. But you are the bigger person. You need to forgive them because they were in a very fucked up place when they fucked you up. And now they're sober. They're not fucked up anymore. And your forgiveness will heal this dynamic. We also have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Okay. So Scorpio, this is really amazing because Taurus season is officially establishing the supernatural nature of abilities being manifested through partnerships. What does that mean? It means the people who you're getting in partnerships with, you're psychic with. You're going to be manifesting partnerships with people who have awakened their superpowers so that you can help them develop and transform it more. We have the 10 of Wands, and we also have the Queen of Swords. It looks like the 10 of Wands is this Queen of Swords assistant. Okay, make sure you're not doing too much work for somebody. Make sure they're honoring your worth. Okay, the 10 of Wands is having to deal with a bit more workload, but it's also going to focus your mind very appropriately. We do have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And we also have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Scorpio, you don't get deceived. You can't get lied to. So you know who's deceiving you. Don't let them deceive you. Okay. I feel like it's a special because not every Scorpio is going to let someone deceive them. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Keep it real. Sagittarius, Taurus season is now going to bring into physical manifestation everything that you have worked towards manifesting since December of 2019. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be epic. People will be on your dick and you will be celebrated again. Gemini season. We have the same cards I pulled for Gemini. Holy shit. And it was in the same fashion too, because I meant to pull one card and two came out just like Gemini. And Gemini got the asleep card. Gemini literally got the Four of Swords, which was rest. You got the awakening card. Maybe you guys might be waking Gemini up. Who knows? But this is very interesting. Yeah. Gemini got literally the card under this one. So it's like the South Node might wake up the North Node in Gemini, but just keep that in mind. You got the same card as Gemini, Sag, and the nodes are going through. So yeah, really, really, really keep that in mind. Taurus got the Emperor. But yeah, so the King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, you and Gemini are making some serious money. And the King of Cups could be a deep emotional connection or emotional maturity or mastery, okay? So the Oracle cards we have, wow, indeed. I think it's symbolic of, 29 degrees South Node in Sag, 29 degrees North Node in Gemini. So we have the same card for Gemini. We have the same card. So for Sagittarius, you're developing new habits in the 6th house, whereas Gemini is releasing old habits and coming into the 6th. So both of you got codependency. You got the same cards, and whereas Gemini also got I forgot what the other one got, but release your ex, Sag. Go and get you a gem. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay. And some of you, your ex isn't a physical person. Maybe your ex is marijuana. Okay. Break up with Mary Jane. So Capricorn, y'all are twin flames, codependent looking asses. Colby, I'm gonna give you that one. Touche. Too fucking shade, bro. Okay, man. Capricorn, you are creating. I was gonna say you're getting the bag. You're creating the bag. You're filling the bag up with money and you walking away with the bag. But the thing is, your level of talent is quintessentially and exponentially developing. You're going to find that this Taurus season takes you from being really good at something to too skilled at it. And it's also opening up new mechanisms for you to ease the work you do coming into Gemini season. Let's welcome June Purcell to Yin Yang Master. Okay, so this is very interesting because you still have Pluto and Jupiter in your sign, awakening and evolving you. Capricorn, if you choose to accept, you're getting ready to fully express your supernatural abilities, but it's going to come with certain people who you're meant to awaken as well. It's like Capricorn, everyone you awaken, there's like 2 or 3 people who have sub powers that are a part of your powers. And so you have to also awaken them. And I hope that makes sense. We have the Queen of Swords and we have the Magician. The Queen of Swords has come up for a few people. So this is talking about intellectual mastery. This is talking about really nailing your projects. This is talking about having the focus to achieve what you need, 10th house Libra. But Magician is talking about believing yourself and utilizing your talents and skills to get ahead and to manifest your abilities. Okay. For some of you, the Queen of Swords could be your most compatible soulmate, who the conversation is just amazingly awesome. We have release your ex, and this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, but the time has come to clear your energy. Let go of your ex and get with the next. Okay, Capricorn. Okay, some of you Capricorns are trying to play it safe. You got with someone who your mind felt safe with, but not who your heart really feels. And it's time for you to. Okay, Aquarius, this is you fully landing your spaceship. You've been in the air for a while. Aquarius played the fake out. Aquarius is like, we're going to land, guys. We're going to land, guys. It's like, we ain't going to land. Let's wait another decade. You guys are finally here. Okay, see, for the longest time, guys, you thought Aquarians listened to you. Aquarians have the supernatural ability of listening to you, but they're not really listening to you. They already have thought about the 56 things they're going to say next while you're currently talking about what you're talking about, because these people are not here. They're in the universe. They're in another galaxy. Well, it looks like Aquarians finally want to, I don't know, show up. They want to be here now. Oh my God. So they're grounded more. Trust me, you guys think that because they talk to you and because they interact with you, mortal beings, that they're here. No, they're not. An Aquarius can have a whole conversation with you. They can talk to you. They can be fully engaged with you, and they're not even paying attention to you. Pisces does the same thing. You guys think that just because they look you in the eye and they talk, that they're not thinking about what they're about to eat for dinner, or like they're on the 50s. They already checkmated you. Aquarius has checkmated you in 7 moves when you shook their hand. You guys don't know. These are completely different beings. So, like, I don't know. I guess they finally want to land on Earth. I guess they finally want to be here. I guess something's going down. Oh, well, yo, quantum invasion inside. Aquarius, you're coming into your foundation, but you're also setting up the operational base for you to manifest career exploits come October. But with Saturn and Mars in your sign, you're establishing new knowledge and power that you're beta testing. You're getting ready for war, to be honest. We have you. Look, it's you. The alien, it's the goddess Isis. It's the water bear. It's Aquarius. Hope. And we have the Fool, Aquarius. Let us welcome Shima Renee Scott to the Ascension Path. Thank you for joining. Aquarius. Let's welcome Nancy Smith to the $1 Billion Vibe Tribe. We got Uranus. We got Aquarius. Aquarius, you know what the fuck this says? Holy shit. Okay, guys, we're in the age of Aquarius. So, like, all of these superpowers, the people who are going to have the strongest superpowers are going to be Aquarius. The people who are going to have the most powerful abilities are going to be Capricorn. The people who are going to have the most magical talents are going to be Sagittarius and Pisces. So Aquarius, we're entering the new age. The star and the Fool is, it's time to step on this adventure. Aquarius, you know, see, this is why I love Aquarius. You guys actually know your God. Like Scorpio is waking up to them being God. Sagittarius and Scorpio are like baby gods. Capricorn has graduated in integrity. Like, this is what it means to be a god. Aquarius, you guys know your gods and goddesses. That's why people say you have God complexes. No, you're a fucking God. You know, you're in human form, but you know. So this Fool card is you finally expressing your celestial self and being the rock star that you've known you were meant to be. You're going to see this lit up in all aquas. Fuck yeah, dude. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's also my North Node. So, like, anytime Aquarius wins, I win. If I wanted to get selfish here. So I'm like always on your side, even if I have to brown nose you. So we do also have give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Aquarius, some of you guys have to remember that you 9 times out of 10 will always be the higher vibrational match in any partnership. Yes, Moon Aqua. Yes, Aqua Rising. You count too. So some of you give up on your partnerships because you're like, damn, will they ever get this? Will they ever get this? But you just need to take time on these partnerships because you're coming at such a high level. You're usually going to attract not someone low level, but someone who has to learn from you. So you need to be more patient for humanity to get up to your speed. Aquarius and Pisces, you're born beyond the norm. And so not everyone's going to be at your level. And just like you want to give your relationship a chance, Aquarius, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Trust me, that's where your real magic comes through. Aquarius, this is a very dope reading. I feel it. You're going to be the hope that other people are able to really connect with and look alive. Looking forward to what Ellen does, actually. So Pisces, and Cuddy too. Shout out to Just Hilarious. Pisces. This is a bit controversial because I want you to look up a couple terms, okay? Pisces, I want you to look up vocifery, and I want you to look up reality warping. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for Pisces, okay? I almost said F you, Pisces, because you guys are just so amazing. But like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. This is reality warping. In fact, when I talk about superpowers, I'm really just talking about you, because Pisces suns and moons are the ones who are able to actually operate superpowers like in the sci-fi movies. Other than Aquarius and Cap, every other sign is having to learn and get their way there. Pisces, you were born there, okay? And you have your ninth house Scorpio secrecy, that's your philosophy. But like reality warping, everything that you say is becoming real. And this is how it has always been. But like now you're catching your tongue. It's like, oh shit, I almost wish I didn't have this cat. And then your cat dies. Like, be very careful. Everything, like your attitude is charged. Like Neptune is evoking your spirit. Uranus in your third is making it really happen. And the shit is real. Like you're thinking about pancakes, and then you see a car drive past that says pancakes, and like that's already your everyday. Okay, so we do have the Tower, we do have the Six of Swords. You're going to narrowly avert disaster. Let whatever break up around you. Mars is going to go into your sign. As soon as Mars enters Pisces, that's going to be the Tower. But this is going to be the sign that you're headed towards a positive future. So the Tower card seems negative, but for you, it's going to be a very positive shakeup. It's going to be a very advantageous shakeup at that, okay? I don't know if that was the official card. The synchronicity, it's weird to say because the synchronicity has already started crazy for you. So like it's about to go overdrive because you are fully integrating with reality as a being that, mind you, Pisces are relationships. Their seventh house is reality, Virgo. So like they experience reality not as a being in reality, but a being that exists with reality and can blend in reality and now manipulate this reality, which is ridiculous. Yep, we got the Ace of Swords for you and the Justice card. So this is vocifery. This is what you say. Your word is law, Pisces. Your word is law. And you're speaking your truth to cut forward bullshit and falsity. And so just notice that because they've tried to suppress you before, but Neptune and Pisces protected you. See, when Neptune and Uranus was in your 12th house in Aquarius in the 90s, they were sending agents after you because you guys were waking people up, but no one was really in a position to really understand what the hell you guys were saying, but you were still evoking magic, okay? Then Neptune went into Pisces, and that 12th house hidden enemy of celestial beings that were trying to target you, Neptune simultaneously protected you but cursed you. Neptune protected you since 2012 in that fog, but it made it hard for people to understand you. So you're protected, but the same fog that protects you is blocking people from getting you. This is temporary, and that's just but one layer of the deal. It's not everything. It's just one layer and one way to look at it. Because remember, with Pisces, you're looking at things every way. So keep that in mind. This is now your turning point and your counterattack. Now you're going to confront these motherfuckers that are trying to gang stalk you, or that are trying. Some of you Pisces may feel that because of your lack of numbers, you may be in a compromising position that you can't really deal with other people who might try and threaten you behind the scenes. But that's bullshit, because the magical power you possess is way more. And this is your lesson, Pisces. You are the Jedi master and legend. Pisces, the universe is trying to teach you that when 100 people come and jump you, you're going to be the legend that walks away from it unscathed. You know those kung fu legends that beat 100 people at once and they just go with the flow and they activate domino-like powers and they don't know how they did it through? That's why you're in the situation you're in. You are that legend. And the weird thing is you already know, so you just gotta do what it do. And the oracle card that we have for you, honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. And of course, 12th house retreat. It's time to disconnect from this world. Quick ritual, and then I'm going to get into the live readings. Oh, you getting married, baby? This situation involves marriage. This, yeah, wedding. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. You guys are going to be getting into romantic situations where maybe one of your family members is racist, or you get with someone whose family members is racist, and because now they're forced to integrate, like they're not going to be as racist anymore because they now have to really get to know you. Or you're going to be healing internal family issues that's going to open up space for marriage. Divine Tribal Soul. If you scroll down, Divine Tribal Soul. Oh, wait a minute. I think you joined God Squad. But for Infinity Club, I have the link to the 20-minute reading. Okay. But other than that, Colby, no way. So I didn't know it froze when I said disconnect. That's crazy. Oh. Divine Tribal Soul, for the 20-minute readings, just upgrade to Infinity Club, yes. I don't know if it's going to charge you again, but let me know. If it will, then you can wait till the end of the month to do it, and just shoot me an email. But other than that, we got the death of your ops. A fight to the death. This is preparing you for that boss battle. A lot of the negative interference is going to die. And that's because a lot of people are dying. But a lot of the negative interference is going to die. A lot of the miscommunication, there's an end to this, okay? And that's also what's going to lead to positive romance. Some of you guys have been wondering why you've been unlucky in love, or why there hasn't really been that natural juice. You guys are clearing generational curses, not based on family line, but based on Saturn line. Shout out to Divine Tribal Soul. Okay, so Divine Tribal Soul, if you scroll down the community tab, you'll see the post where I have the link. But I can also shoot you, if you can't find it, just shoot me an email, I'll give you the link. But congratulations, Divine Tribal Soul. So how do I do this? Some of you, what was I saying? Some of you, Saturn group. Some of you have generational Saturn group curses, like Saturn and Cap. All the Pluto Scorpios have a generational curse that's going out. The Pluto Libras have broken it. Pluto Virgos have broken it. All the Pluto Saturns are currently breaking theirs with their returns. Okay, so Saturn and Cap is just broken. Saturn Aqua is breaking it. Saturn and Pisces getting ready to conclude it. So it's not that it's still affecting you, but this is what's delaying things. So, you know, whether you've had your Saturn return yet or not, you're going to see a lot of this delay kind of end because certain cycles are over. All right. So this is going to be a very simple ritual, okay? We're just going to set an intention to transform our physical mechanisms to experience the full potential of our abilities. Take what I just said and put it in your own words. And for the next 3 minutes, breathe in satisfaction, breathe out gratitude, and feel as if this transformation has been in effect. Feel yourself connecting with everyone else in the live chat. And after 3 minutes, we'll release it to the universe. '96 JRG, some charts use the mean north node, and then some charts use the true north node. The mean north node it retrogrades and goes direct. The true north node just goes direct. So that's why. So what you're going to state in your own words is to induce the transformation mechanism of your physical vessel to experience your full power, or to unlock your full power. And all we're doing is just setting the intention to do that together. Please also hit that like button if you haven't yet already. And last but not least, did you guys like this webinar? If you guys like this webinar, this is what we're going to do every month on God Squad. We're going to do this with the sun and all the planets. Also, members of God Squad and Infinity, members of God Squad and Infinity Club, after we do these webinars, instead of paying live reading, I can do free Q&A as well. Unless we have like over 50 people, then we'll do like up to 30 minutes. But given the numbers now, I should be able to get to anyone who is live with me when I do these. And we can also, we'll always choose the time we do it as well. Okay. So now we release these intentions. Infinity Denny, welcome to the $1 Billion Vibe Tribe. We release these intentions and we collectively set the petition for the universe to manifest the next step forward and assign, show us a lightning bolt that aligns as confirmation that we're headed to the right place. Perfect. All right, so thank you, Jasmine. All right, let's do this. I'm going to pull one card to see the results of this ritual we did. The Hermit came out. Mastery. You're going to master your own special technique. And I'm also going to pull the Chariot. And right, I was waiting to pull the Tower, bro. And the Page of Wands. I was waiting for it to fall out. Where are you at? All right. So The Hermit card really came out though. So the inner call is definitely going to, it's going to be definitely, all right. Other than that, I'm now going to step into the live readings. Thank you guys for tuning in. And first, we have April Howell. What guidance do I need to know about to reach my goal? Great question. So as a Cancer rising, your 10th house is Aries, and Chiron is healing the confidence with which you can express yourself as a public figure. So you want to come out your comfort zone. As a Cancer rising, Gemini season is going to release old habits that get in the way of that. And as such, up until August, you don't have to do anything. The guidance that I have for you coming up to August is to just let go of any habits that don't serve you, because naturally this is going to have you reset and then do what you wanted to, in terms of that. Stand up for your beliefs as well. But with the Knight of Wands, with the Knight of Pentacles, this is urging stability of finances. So in order to reach your goal, make sure you work on it every day. Even if you don't do so much, if you do at least a little bit every day, this consistency will see you through. And I also have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Art. Bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing around. Oh. Okie dokie. Maritza Barajas, thank you. See what we got. So we got the Magician and Mending. You're going to be using your talents and skills to heal energy and relationships around you. And I really just see to fix things too. I almost get the sense that you're going to be playing problem solver, and you're going to be developing your abilities and skills the more problems you solve. So it's not just like emotional mending. It's also very much so like you're just going to be helping people solve situations. And the more you do, the more your power grows, and the more your talents and abilities manifest and flourish. Nice. All right. Next, we got Mary Jane. No. Next, we got Rebecca Resser. But Mary Jane, I got you. I'm gonna do this right now. Mary Jane. We have Page of Wands in the tribe. There's exciting news because of the collectives that you're connecting in. You're going to really manifest the value of the people you're meeting in this tribe and what they have to offer, and vice versa. So this is just going to bring a lot of excitement to your world. Rebecca Resser. Congratulations. Given this Taurus full moon is really going to push everything forward for you, and already have you begin to monetizing everything you established the past 6 months leading into Gemini season. Okay. Yep. Literally just what I said, 10 of Pentacles. Okay. And I don't know if this applies to just you, Rebecca, but you have this very insecure energy around you. It's not you. And it's not like a spirit guide. It's like an actual person. It's like someone who is, and it doesn't have to be just Rebecca too, but it's just this very intimidated energy. It's almost as if like it wants to undermine and trip you and like just say things to kind of get at your psyche. And I'm seeing it's not working on you. Rebecca, I know this applies to you because your Taurus rising is just bouncing off of you. It's like they're trying to slip you up and it's just not working. And the more they do it, the more they realize how like meaningless and powerless they are against you too. And it's actually hilarious because they out here looking stupid. Okay. We also have deep knowing. So Rebecca, you're manifesting a lot of wealth, and 10 of Pentacles is also tradition and ancestry. So this legacy is going to really bless you with a very deep knowing. Thank you, Mary Jane. Whoop, whoop. Next we have Zach Lentz. Zach, we have the King of Wands. This is you establishing yourself as this king and also being in a position to make more independent entrepreneurial decisions. You're going to find that you have more freedom and power in decisions you make. And we also have the orphaned card. So I actually see you perhaps being put in a position to hold space for people who are in this orphan position. And it's like you're a silent protector looking out for them. It doesn't even have to be like an actual orphan, but that energy and analogy seems to be the next cycle for you, okay? Brianna K needs some spiritual bumpers up. What do I need to know moving forward? Good question. Yes, the Infinity Club includes a webinar and a tune-up. Great question. We have the Magician, and I actually wanted to pull this too. So your talents and skills are in the process of getting you paid good money. So what you need to know moving forward is that you really want to believe and trust in your own talents and abilities. Utilize them to sell yourself because it's going. And we also have orphaned, but I'm going to pull Go the Distance. This seems to be more in line with the energy. So it's just really urging you to not stop believing, okay? Little Bear, Black-Throated Wind. Libra Sun, Scorp Moon, Sag Rising. What's coming my way? So as a Sag Rising, this is preparing you for relationships. Gemini is going to be the 7th house portal that's going to change your world through you. And as the Libra Sun, it's going to really bring to light the meaning of these connections that you have and the truth that you express. So this is beautiful because the space you hold in partnerships is going to allow you to use relationships as a vehicle to develop your magical ability. And we also have a change in the wind. This is literally Gemini season. Mutable change air. It's like you're going to be event space for people to come into the truth. And we also have the 10 of Cups. So this may actually set you up to manifest a very enriching romantic relationship, or just at least bliss in your life, like a dream job. Rocktober born. What is my superpower? Let's see what we got. As a Libra, your affinity you have an affinity with wind, so this gives you the ability to harness the force of air. All Libras have Jedi Force powers. You have airbending abilities. You have basic telepathy, and you have potential for telekinesis. You also can call on celestial beings, and you have Venusian charm powers, so beauty manipulation. We also see, oh, a few cards came out here. Yep, we have earthly power. So this is Osiris. We even have some people looking at it, which is so interesting. So Four of Pentacles means you can manifest things at your fingertips, which is why we have the Nine of Pentacles here. It seems like you have some salty, jealous people around you too that are just once again intimidated by you. And because they think they're too cool, they want to act like you're not when you're realer than all of them. Like if crisis were to break out, you would actually survive because you're real. These people wouldn't know what to do. So why they act like you're incompetent is really interesting. But other than that, the Four of Pentacles actually suggests that your main superpower is outside of air, time manipulation, earth manipulation, and manifestation. Okay. So if you found that finances have been rocky, this is shifting because of the 8th house transit that Uranus is changing forever in your chart. And we also have clean it up. So as far as superpowers are concerned, yep, and serendipity, you're also super lucky. You're also super lucky. You're going to be in the right place at the right time. You also facilitate, part of your superpowers is to facilitate endings. This is why Libra is next to Scorpio. So clean it up, meaning you can expose the dirtiest parts of people, situations, things. Clean it up is a little nasty because you're going to see ugly parts and dark sides to situations, but this will allow it to be exposed and cleaned because you put your focus to it. Okay. I also get that for many of you watching, the stuff you believe in challenges people. And because they're cowards and they don't want to believe it, they're going to just blame you for being courageous enough to believe in it, which is just inherently childish. So I wouldn't let that get to you. If people want to be childish, just make that their problem. Don't make that your problem. Okay. They're really just stupid. We have Sea Priestess. Okay. Sea Priestess. Right. We have the 7 of Pentacles. You are currently pausing and saving your money. This is not a bad card. It's just you peeping game as things occur around you so you don't make a premature decision or action, is what I'm sensing. And we also have here and now, which is so ironic. The 7 of Pentacles is like making a long-term cryptocurrency investment and letting your money work for you, but having the patience to let it grow. And here and now is making sure you stay presently focused so you can tend to what you are growing. And your farm will harvest. Divine Soul TV, Tarot and Oracle. What do I need to know? Got you. I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck and the Wisdom of the Oracle. So each and every time we have the Tower card, Shake Up, Clarifier card. Oh, Whirlwind Romance. Okay, so boom, you're going to come into enlightenment. Something's going to shake up to where it triggers the utilization of an ability or a psychic ability. And yep, we got the High Priestess too. So whatever shakes up is going to force trigger intuitive abilities to activate because of this catalyst, okay, which is Mars. And we also have all that glitters and building block. So make sure you use the right material to build this foundation and not be distracted by false promises as you develop these abilities and powers. And I also want to pull the fates for you because destiny is going to guide you through this process, as what you're inheriting is a lot. It's a lot. The intuitiveness you're going to come into is like 3 persons worth, because I think you were supposed to, I think you're inheriting a portion of 2 other people because they didn't show up or they weren't able to. And so it's like a lot of burden, but it's an extra dose of power and you're going to be guided. Okay. Nancy Smith, any current message for me? I got you. Nancy Smith, we have the Judgment card. You are awakening. This awakening is brought to you and sponsored by the planet Pluto, and it's going to guide you into your true life's purpose. Okay, Saturn, second Saturn return in process. That's the sign of an OG, original gangster. We do have to the sea. So, especially as a Pisces moon, I get the sense that you're going to awaken deep knowledge from within your subconscious that's going to really have you go to the bottom of an understanding. Okay, this awakening is it's not even just awakening as much as it is reevaluating your whole life and really being guided to your highest purpose through this time, which makes so much sense. You're going through your second Saturn return. Amazing. Okay. For Abdul, got you. Domina Vantana. I got you, Isis the Queen. So Abdul, we got the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is definitely excitement and urging you to step out your comfort zone a bit. Do things that you're excited about that you haven't done before. But overall, you're going to be receiving exciting news. This is the type of energy you get when you're trying out a new regimen for the first time, like exercise. And we got fork in the road. This literally flew out. So that's also interesting. But I'm also going to pull go the distance. I really feel like this, it's all good, Nika. I really feel like this excitement is a new development for you, maybe a new direction, maybe a new income stream. You want to get as excited about it as you can, even if it seems like not as important at the moment. Okay, so definitely interesting. Green Heart Goddess. A little love tap, I got you. Green Heart Goddess, we got new love. You're connecting with spirit. This is a spiritual awakening that's going to open your heart and have you awaken new intuitive abilities that connects you directly with spirit. And you're going to share this love with other people. So congratulations, okay? And I even got engagement for you. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Clearly decide what you want now so it comes to you now. Clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. All right. Next, we have Nika. No problem. So we have the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius, and the Two of Cups. So Nika, you might either be moving. This is talking about a road trip, moving, gaining inspiration. And the Two of Cups could be you're either moving, as I think you could be in a relationship and as a couple you're moving, or you're going to be moving and establishing this partnership. Or you could be partnering with this Knight of Wands, maybe a Sagittarius. And if you're moving in 6 weeks, that makes sense. But I feel like this Two of Wands is also an actual relationship. Yeah, it looks like a new one, a new love too. So that's really interesting. This move in 6 weeks or so is going to be very positive for you, and it's going to lead you to a very relevant relationship, which is awesome. Divine tribal soul, superpowers, and what steps next for my lunar return / life steps. Yep. The Hierophant, Taurus base powers too. So the Hierophant is sacred wisdom. It's religious order. And we have milk and honey. So your superpowers have two, it's not limited to two, but here are two main aspects of it. You are aligned with spiritual order. It's like your soul is naturally a priest, Scorpio moon. It's like your soul is naturally hip to occult wisdom. So the Hierophant manifests your superpower as innately knowing the guidelines and procedures of how to manipulate magic, of how to connect with spirits, of how to connect with guides. Instead of having to go to church, your soul is like the pastor or preacher that guides you and others. So that's kind of like a superpower. You have this innate ancient wisdom that applies to every situation. The Hierophant is also an ability to command forces. It's like being an expert in demonology and also having the keys to wisdom. Okay. And then your Sag energy, milk and honey, you literally can manifest miracles. You're legendary in this quality. You can manifest miracles in any situation. Milk and honey is literally your ability to not only manifest harvest, but like Jesus, you can turn 3 fish and a loaf of bread into many to feed a multitude. Okay. So, but it looks like your superpower is more towards teaching people wisdom and establishing legit organizations. Tea with Isis the Queen. What do I need to know? Oh my God, Divine Soul TV and Divine Tribal Soul have the same sun and moon. That's amazing. Wow. Wow. Isis the Queen. Oh, you burn it like that too? Yeah, yeah. Oh, Isis, you need to know every one of your wishes are coming true. And I'm gonna pull a bonus one. Yeah. Yeah. So you finally ended a period of, dealing with shadow issues in yourself and others. You want to move forward feeling as if everything you've intended and desired is true. Like feel as if it's already here because this is what you're stepping into. So congratulations. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Ja. You guys stay blessed as always. I'm going to end this broadcast right now. And we are going to manifest miracles. And I will reconvene with you all tomorrow for the full moon. Kathy, my minimum is $10. I noticed you set 5 though. Let me see if you did another. For this time, it's cool, but just keep in mind, Kathy, make sure you do send at least the minimum. But we do have the 6 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups for you. So it looks like, rainbows. It looks like opening up lines of philanthropy is the next direction for you. And it doesn't even have to be official in that it's a huge project. Even if it starts off small, this will be definitely advantageous. So you guys stay blessed as always. Be very mindful moving forward, because as soon as this energy goes into Scorpio, it's transformation time. Stay blessed.